Hello, welcome along. Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. Another brand new kit for review, and this is the Airfix 1/48 Western Lysander Mark 1-Mark 3, and the kit number is A07116, and it comes in a beautiful rigid cardboard box with some beautiful artwork. That's the Mark 3 version there. You can see the Polish symbol there, and you can see she's all adorned with bombs and everything. So, before we have a look at the box and have a look around in the kit and everything, if you are getting this kit or any of the Lysanders that are available out there, recommend this book. This is the Wing Leader Photo Archive number 32. I've done a full review of this book, page by page, so you can have a good look through. And you can see all the different bomb locations and when they were used and why they were used. And here you've got special duties and everything. Really fantastic book with some beautiful colour images. And really done for the model. You can see, you know, about the different pitot tubes and stuff like that. So really worth getting hold of that book. And it's only £20. I mean, a magazine's nearly a tenner these days, you know. So absolute bargain, that book. Anyway, so back to the kit. So looking around the box, we have all the health and safety warnings. We can see over here it's cartograph decals. We can see over here something worth looking out for on these Airfix boxes, because they're laying themselves out here. They're telling you that it's a design and tooling was 2024, decal schemes and pack design was 2024. So unlike some other companies who are just sticking old kits in new boxes, they're telling you the tooling. So if this was an old kit retooled, then it would say on there sort of 2017 or whatever for the model design and tooling. And then if they've put new decals in a new box, they'll tell you decal schemes and pack design 2024. So really worth looking out for. It's a shame not all manufacturers do that. End of the box, we've got the typical artwork there, and then here on the box we've got the two different versions. So we've got the Western Lysander Mark 1, and that's from number 16 Squadron, Royal Air Force, Old Sarum, Salisbury, Wiltshire, England, 1938-1939. And here we have the B version, which is the Polish Fighter Renaissance Squadron, Royal Air Force, Renfrew, Glasgow, Scotland, 1940. So very interesting. Wiltshire is just up the road from me, and I've done work in Renfrew. Stayed in the Glyn Hill Hotel. So as you can see, it's still sealed up, and it's all taped up. I haven't even looked inside the box. So we shall get this tape removed and have a look inside the box. I got this one from Hannants. What I like about Hannants is when they get their pre-orders coming out, you can put your name down and get 10% off. So as you can see, brilliant, really rigid cardboard box, and it does have a very slight smell. Airfix boxes always have that very slight smell to them. So we've got sprues here, so we've got 2 sprues in that bag, well 3 sprues. We've got the clear sprue bagged up, and then we've got that one there, and then we've got 2 more sprues in there. We've got another single sprue in that one. So that's 3 bags in all, or 4 bags in all. And then we've got our instructions, and no doubt inside the instructions there will be the decals somewhere. There we go. Right, some fantastic Airfix, thank you very much. Why don't all manufacturers do that? Put the decals inside the instructions. Quite often they're in the bottom of the box, face up like that, and then the sprues are on top of them, and they get weighed down or whatever, and the sprues move around, and it ends up putting dents or even worse tears in your decal sheet. So fantastic, thank you for that. It wouldn't be so bad even if the other manufacturers just did that and put them face down, but they don't listen to stupid old me, what do I know. Anyway, so let's get the instructions out. Let's get the box over there, and we'll have a look at the decals in a minute. So here we have the instruction sheet with the instruction book, and it's typical Airfix, sort of A4 sized, and we have on the front here we have some lovely information about the aircraft. We've got specifications here, armament up to 4 303s, and up to £500 of bombs. So not a massive amount. So we've got English, French, German, Spanish, and SV. Is that Slovakian? Not sure. So here we go. So we've got colour callouts inside the magazine, inside the magazine, isn't it? So we've got colour callouts here, and this is the A version, the Mark 1. So you can see we've got the dark earth and green camouflage, the small RAF roundels. We've got the clear image there for That's for checking the ballast weight and everything that's in the back. So that's all very nice. And then coming over the page here, we have, this is the Polish version based up in Scotland. So if you want some big bright colourful roundels rather than the little ones like you get on here, there's nothing on the wings at all. But here you've got big bright colourful roundels. Then, you know, if you want black and white undersides, go for the Mark 1. If you want big colourful roundels and your sky undersides, then do the Polish version. So you can also see that it looks like the British version doesn't carry any bombs, and the Polish version does. So there you go, you can fill your boots on that one. So going into the instructions, we've got our legend down here, which is all our symbols and everything. And it's telling us in here, we're going to start off, that looks like the fuel tank. So typical Airfix instructions here, you can see you put 3 parts together, and then it shows you in the next step what you've just fitted. So if you're unsure of how that fits, for example, this part here, C10, you can look at step 3 and you can see it there fitted. Again here, if you're not sure how that fits on there, you've got a diagram there showing you how it goes on, and you've got a fuel tank fitted to it there going in. So very, very nice. Colour call-outs all the way through are all in Humbrol, obviously, because it's Airfix's or Hornby Products own company. So why would they tell you to use anyone else's paints? But that will be an interior green, which a lot of people like to use XF71. I personally think it's a bit dark, so I tend to mix XF21 and XF71, sort of roughly 50-50, and you get a lighter interior green colour. I will be building this, so you will see anyway when I do that. So we've got the rear gunners. Is it the gunner in the back? Is it a gunner? I guess it's a gunner. Gunner, radio man, whatever. Sat in the back there. We've got some ballast weights there. And as I say, got that little window on the side of the fuselage so they can check. So you'll be able to see them, so they'll need to be painted up. 53, I believe, is like a charcoal grey colour. 56 is aluminium, I think. So not sure if this frame would all be green. I think it would, but the plate that's going on is aluminium by the look of it. So we got here this piece going in the side, not quite sure what that is, if it's part of the side instruments or whatever. And then here we've got a control wheel, a trim wheel. We've got decals going in there, so once your painting's done, get some decals down. And then here we're going to fix that side frame into the base. Then you have the bits and pieces going in there. We've got the upper frame going on. So we've got a full frame interior, just like the real aircraft. And here it's telling us to remove these 2 lumps. They are ejector Z pins. They're raised ejector pins, so we'll look at them when we look at the plastic parts. Here we've got another one there, a raised ejector pin mark. So I've never known Airfix have those before. It's generally the Chinese kits that have them. But yeah, interesting. So we've got another side frame to go on here with decals and everything on it. And then here we've got a choice of maps we can put on the table. So we've got for the we've got a Scottish map there, and we've got an English map there by the look of it. So here we've got framework going in here for supporting the wing, and then we've got rudder pedals and instrument panel going in there by the look of it. And we've got the upper frame of the cockpit going in. We've got some decals to go on there as well, which is a nice touch. Looks like it's very well detailed, this kit. We've got some more ballast there by the look of it. So it looks like we've got standard ballast there, and then this is the trimming ballast. So they could carry a lot of weight in the back of these aircraft, so they obviously ballast them accordingly. Pilot seat there, so they're telling you if you're going to have the pilot, you don't need the seat belts, or if you want to get aftermarket seat belts, then you don't need to use that seat back. You use that seat back. If you want to paint the belts, you've got the moulded on ones there, so get them painted, give them a bit of an oil wash, and they'll look stunning. Armrests going on there, you can have them in the up or down position. You've got the lower seat frame there, so obviously the pilot sits on his parachute. And then the seats going in, and they're showing you here very nicely how they do it. The instructions from Airfix these days are some of the best I've ever seen. They are awesome. Got the engine firewall going on there. Looks like more ballast, is that? Or no, that's ammo rounds, isn't it? That's ammo rounds there. And then we've got a box going on there with another ammo round on the top by the look of it. Then we've got some boxes on the sides. We've got the control column going in, instrument panel going in with a decal for that. That's nice. And then here for version A, we're going to trim that plastic away. We're going to paint this part of the cockpit in 78, which is interior green, and the rest of it is 61. Not quite sure what 61 is. I'll have a look on my quick charts here. 61 is matte flesh. Interesting. Obviously, that's the colour of the inside of the doped linen, so it'd be like a pinky salmon sort of colour. So you could use XF15, or just mix your own or whatever. So we've got panels going in here, and then again we're going to be painting the inside. Again, we've got to remove that area there. You can see it looks like we've got rivet detail on the inside of the fuselage, which is nice. And it won't be rivet detail, that'll be studding detail, won't it? Unless that's for you to cut out, should you want to, if you want to have the interior exposed. I'm not sure. So here they're telling us if you're doing a version B, you need to drill a hole. It doesn't tell you what size the drill is, but it tells you to drill a hole. So it tells you the drill's got to be at a 50-degree angle. So that's a 50-degree angle from the perpendicular of the side of the aircraft. So basically, like, go 45 degrees, you can't go wrong from any direction. And then we're going to bring that side fuselage onto the actual frame, and then we're going to bring the other side together, and then we've got the nose section going on there, and then we've got A and B. So see step 107 on page 15. So that's going to be for some sort of, that's going to be for that rear bomb rack. If you're doing version A, you don't have any bombs, so you've got that belly panel going in, and then we've got the spats coming down here for the undercarriage, which is nice. We've got the tail planes there. We've got the flying position and the takeoff and landing position, so they actually change the attitude of the tail plane. So I'm assuming, we can check our reference book because we've got the wing leader book. I'm assuming when they're parked up they would be like in the takeoff and landing position. Why would they put them back up, if they're just going to put them back to take off again? Separate rudder, which is a nice touch, and then here only apply glue to the highlighted areas shown here. Oh, it could be that they're adjustable. It could be they're adjustable. That's why they're telling you to only apply glue. No, it looks like you do have to decide which way you want it to go. So yeah, they're the same. We'll see when we get there. Wheel spats, lots of different wheel spats you can have on there. You've got some with guns, some without guns, some with bomb racks, some without bomb racks, some without any, some with just guns, some with guns and bomb racks. You've got a multitude of choices here, so you can see you've got all these different options. And then you've got the spats going on there for the bombs, should you want to use them. We've got wheels and tyres, build in sequence 1 and 2. So 1 first and then 2. Okay. I don't know why, but they've got a notch in there for timing the wheel, I guess, to get it in the right position. So that's the B version, so it's got that mud scraper on the tyre by the look of it. And then this is the A version, when they didn't bother with the mud scraper yet because they didn't know they were going to have a problem with mud. So here we've got the wheels and tyres going together again for the starboard side. We're going to bring all that together, and then we've got spats going on for the A version. I don't think the B had the spats. And then we've got it's either a camera or a light in there. I didn't notice previously. More spats going on there. Tail wheel going on. And then we've got, I think that's a lifting eye, isn't it? Or is that an aiming device? Some sort of aiming device for the pilot. It's not a lifting eye at all. Shut up, Mike. Pilot going together. So we got his parachute there under his bum. Got his arms and his head and everything. So very nice. I won't be using the pilots. I never do. And then here we've got the gunner going in. So version A has a single... that'd be a Lewis or a 303, and then the B version, the Polish one, has the double machine guns. So when assembling this model with the rear canopy open, fit the gun positions at the end of the build with a different gun mount. Revert to step 1 on 8 and page 16. I love the way Airfix do this. They put these notes in. You don't get caught out. With some kits, you just get caught out, or they tell you to build it completely wrongly anyway. So yeah, so if you're building it with the rear canopy open, fit the gun options at the end of the build with a different gun mount. So don't use that. Okay, so this is having the gun tucked away inside with the canopy closed. We've got our gunner figure going together there. He doesn't get a parachute, I guess. I guess his parachute's on his side. Oh, here we go. This is Mr. Complicated now. So we've got the Scheme A Mark 1 with a closed canopy. So we've got all these parts here. And then Scheme A Mark 1 with an open canopy. Okay, so there we go. And then we've got Scheme A Mark 1 closed canopy, rear piece going in. Scheme A Mark 1 closed canopy, rear piece going in. Okay, so that's going to be slid back. So they're different parts. So I love the way Airfix have done this. I do remember I said this when I announced the launch. I was really excited when this kit came out. What Airfix have done here, which is really good, instead of giving you separate inserts and everything, they're giving you separate clear parts. So rather than have a canopy that you can't open because it's too thick or whatever. And bear in mind, guys, these clear parts are very, very thin. We'll have a look at those in a minute. But yeah, they've actually given you a different canopy to fit around the outside, because obviously in real life the thickness of the perspex was probably 3mm. Okay, so in 48 scale that would be like 0.7 of a millimeter thick, and it would just fracture as soon as you touch it. So what am I talking about? It'd be much less than that. So basically what they have to do is give you an oversized canopy to fit. If you look at the Tamiya Birdcage Corsair, what they've done is put separate panels in, so they actually make the back of the fuselage smaller, so when you put the canopy back it kind of looks right. They've gone 50-50, but what Airfix have done is stayed with a full-size fuselage and give you a slightly oversized canopy, which makes it much easier to build. And then here we've got Mark 1 closed canopy, so you've got that panel going in there. So you've got two halves by the look of it, whereas one's going inside the other. And then here we have open canopy. You've got the upper pieces lifted by the look of it. So you've got X23 and X25, and here you have X23 and X24. So yeah, that panel's slightly lifted by the look of it. And then you've got all the same again for the Mark III version, the B version. There's your window for looking at your ballast and everything, same on the other side. And then we've got a little ID light on the bottom. And then we've got, for version B, you're going to drill holes probably for carrying bombs. And then you've got the option here to drill two 1mm holes, refer to step 115 on page 16. Step 115 is what on earth is that? I'll have to check my references in my wing leader book. It's for version B anyway, but some sort of thing on top of the wing, so they should put a version B there. And then you've got another hole there for B. Bringing the wings together, very easy. I don't believe the Lysander had any flaps or anything, so don't worry about that. Here we go, wings are coming together, so we've got ailerons going on. Oh, it does have flaps. Okay, I didn't think they had flaps. There's an aircraft of this sort of era that didn't have flaps. I can't think which one it was now. And then there's everything going together. So here we can have slats and flaps out by the look of it. So you've got the leading edge slats are out. Yeah. So I'm not sure, we'll have to check our references. If they're spring loaded, they would be out when it's on the ground. If they are spring loaded and you're showing it in flight, they would be in. So here they're telling you to cut them out. So this is with your, I don't get this. Okay, so this is with the slats in and this is with the slats out. So there you're just going to glue that panel straight to the wing. Here you're going to put the inside piece on. I think it would be nice to have those slats open. It would be a fantastic little feature to look at. And again, same there for the other wing. And then here we got the navigation lights going on there. And then we've got two different types of pitot tube. We've got our struts there and the struts on the other side. And then we've got a clear panel going on the top of the wing there. I'm not sure what that's for. And I tell you to drill a little hole in it. Use this 1-to-1 template to drill the hole in part X20. So you've got a little template there. So just get a rule and measure it, or stick a piece of tape over it and then pull it off and stick it onto your part, which is nice. Something they could have done there for future reference is made a decal. So you could put a decal on the clear part, let it dry, drill it through, and then use a piece of sellotape, pull the decal off. There you go. We've got the same on the other side. It's that clear panel. It's obviously for vision or something. Engines coming together here. So we've got the, I can't remember which engine it is now. It's a Bristol engine, isn't it? So the engine's coming together. So we've got the push rods, integral with the rocker covers, going onto the cylinders there, and then bringing in the inlet manifold on the back. And then we've got the exhaust manifold here. And then we've got the ring around the front. That'll be like the water tank. You can see that's going around there. Adding all that in, adding the cowling in. We've got open or shut flaps, so that's really nice. Be interesting to see if there's any detail on the inside. And then we've got an exhaust going on there and some sort of air intake there. We're adding in, that's either an aiming device or a pitot tube or something like that. The propeller going on, got bombs for the B version, more bombs for the B version, more bombs, more bombs, more bombs. And then we got this catcher thing. This is what they use to catch stuff. They could drop it down and pick stuff up that was being suspended, like off of two poles or something. So you can see that hanging down there, how it was used. And then finally, we've got this bomb display here for the bomb array, should I say, for the B version. And then you got this thing, whatever it is, on top of the wing. And then here for the A version, we've got an antenna. And then we've got an antenna on the wing for the B version, another one there. And then for the A version, we've got the single gun. This is if you have the canopy open. And then for the B version, we have the double guns with the same mount with the canopy open. So there we go. I believe this model has to be built with the canopy open because it'll just look so amazing. So I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying it's like, you know, it's like you have to have that, don't you? That sort of thing. So the decal sheet, typical Airfix cartograph, some of the best decals on the planet. I don't know why, but the cartograph decals that come in Airfix kits are better than some cartograph decals that come in other manufacturers' kits. I don't know why, they just are. And as you can see here, they have a very slight sheen to them. Okay, they are perfectly in register. The colours will be wonderful. They are just absolutely gorgeous. And you can see we've got lots of stencils here. We've got our bonding decals there, the WTs, and then we've got some other warning decals across there. We've got our two different maps. There's the instrument panel, and then various little bits and pieces. So there's your Polish version there, and there's your English version there. So that's very nice. So let's have a look at some plastic. Let's have a look and see what it's like. So let's get this bag open. A nice great big bag so that you can always put your sprues back in and they'll stay protected. So you've got that bag there. So here we go. This is sprue E. And it's nice to see that Airfix have gone down this road with the letter of the sprue there moulded on open, and it's very nice indeed, and it's a very large sprue. And once again, you can see what Airfix have done. They've made the sprue to suit the box, so it doesn't all rattle around and rub up against each other in transit, and you end up with a perfect kit. So let's just hope we don't have any issues here. Feels a tiny bit oily, but I probably won't bother washing it. It takes too long to dry. I want to get on with this. So here we have all our engine parts. We have our push rods, we have our exhaust ring there by the look of it. There's the actual front face of the engine itself. Or is that the back face? That's the back face, because you can see there where the actual I'm sure that's the back face. You can see there where it's going to mount. We've got these D pins. It looks like it's the first I've ever seen these on Airfix kits. That's what I'm talking, these Z pins. You've got this ejector pin mark, and it's got like an extension on it. So all you do, you can either just snap it off, or you can come in with an old pair of cutters. Don't use nice new ones, and just cut it off like that. And it's there to hold the parts when they come out of the machine generally. But yeah, here we've got our wheel spats. So we've got the you can see the little footholds there for the pilots are getting out. Let's give you some light on here. So we've got different outers here. So this one's got a square panel. This one's got a cutout in it. And then this is the inner side of them. We've got the so this is for the spats for the bombs, and this is just for an inspection panel. So there's the spats there. Your little looks like spaniel's ears, doesn't it? We've got wheels there, so we've got the fronts and the backs, and then here's the fronts and the backs for the Polish version. We've got tyres here they've got flat spots on them. They are actually moulded in halves, so you'll have to glue them together. And I don't quite know why, but they've got them timed. Be very careful with the flat spots and the timing. If you remember, the 1/24 scale Spitfire is slightly out and the flat spots don't sit on the ground properly, so you may want to remove that and put the wheel in loose and then turn it to the right place after it's dried. After you've built the model, should I say. Got exhaust there, made in two halves, so we can have the exhaust nice and hollow. We've got the front ring there, that's the front ring that's going on the engine. We've got open flaps and closed flaps. There's no detail on the inside, but there's no ejector pins either, so that's really cool. So you could just go with a scriber and just scribe some lines there just to add a bit of interest and then stick a wash on it. But yeah, we've got the spats there, the covers there to cover the wheels should you wish to do so. Little tiny tail wheel there. Not sure what that is. Is that for the anti-shim tail wheel? Is there? Yeah, it looks like that's your old-fashioned tail wheel, and then you've got the modern anti-shimming tail wheel that Lancaster has with the two rubber bands. So yeah, all in all, Very, very lovely indeed. So I'll get this off the edge of the bench. I don't want to go cutting my nice blue paper background. If you see me doing videos on this blue background, you know they're new ones. You know they're new videos that are current, I've done today. So here we go. Sprue D. Little tiny bit of flash on the sprue here, but we won't worry about that. So we've got the propeller there, which is beautiful. Really sharp blades. No shrinkage, no shink, no sink marks. We've got some very, very fragile parts here, so be careful how you're handling it. There's your catching pole there, so that drops down. It's almost like an arrestor hook, and it picks stuff up off the ground. There we've got our ammo cases there. We've got, I'm not sure what that looks like, some sort of switch panel there that's going to go inside. We've got our pilot and gunner figures here. Okay, so they're very nicely done. Nicely done indeed. They're very empty, these guys. And then we've got arms for them here. So we've got different arms. We've got heads. There's this parachute there. Yeah, we do have a head. I wonder if we had a head for the other one, if it was headless. Got a control column there. There's little panels there. I think they are for bombs, perhaps. And we've got all our bombs here. The big ones are in halves. The small ones are molded as complete units. I've got that interior panel there, instrument panel. There's the support for the seat. There's the backrest for the seat with no seat belts, and there it is with seat belts. So if you're not putting a pilot in, just use that and paint them, or wait for the aftermarket to jump all over it, or just use some 48 scale seat belts you've got lying around. Different types of air intake there, so that's obviously going to be different versions. Are they parts of the exhaust? I think they are. So all in all, very nice. We've got our machine guns here. So there's the single, and there's our twins there. There's some very, very finely molded parts on here. Look at this. Look how fine those parts are there. They're beautiful. Really, really nice. I bet you had some trouble getting these out of the mold at the start. Little part there with like a little lever wheel on it, which is nice. Some sort of cylinder there, oxygen or fire or whatever. Got another parachute there by the look of it. Yeah, it is very nice. I was looking through this kit with Dale up at Telford and fell in love with it. And funny little story. I went back to at the end of the Sunday. That's come from somewhere, hasn't it? That's broken off of something. There's that piece there broken off of something. So we shall have to bear that in mind. In fact, I'm going to immediately, because I will forget when I do these videos, I'm going to immediately capture that in some tape, and I'm going to put it on here like that. Okay, so there we go. That's that dealt with. Right. So we've got our main struts here. I was telling you, I was chatting about this model with Dale up at Telford on the Saturday. And then I went back at the end of the day, saw Nathan there. I said, "Is Dale about?" And he said, "That's come off of there. Look, that's where it's broken off of." Nathan said, "No." I said, "Oh, that's a shame." I said, "He told me I could have one of these Lysander kits to take home." And he was about to give me one. And I said, "No, mate, I couldn't do that to you. You get the sack." So I could have had one of these to build a long while ago. But no, I got this one from Hannants. No freebies this time. So, yeah, there's our beautiful interior frame. And that is really nice, much nicer than the 1/24 scale Typhoon. Loads of work required on that, as you know. But this is, you can see the detail on there. It's beautiful. All circular tubing. I think, was this aluminium or was it steel? I can't remember. You'd like to think it was aluminium, but something's telling me it's steel. I know with the and it's all welded as well. With the Hurricane, a lot of it was bolted together, wasn't it? And the Typhoon, so it could be easier to repair in the field. But there we've got our rudder pedals, should I say? And it looks like that's probably the actuator for the rudder, so you can run some cables back off of that if you want to. Have a look at your references. So there's the sides of the fuel tank. Very nice. That's that little top shaft that's going to go around the pilot. Lovely. And here's our final bag. Well, it's not our final bag because there's a bag inside this one. So it's our penultimate bag. Penultimate tiles. Right, so what have we got here? We have, this is our main wing sprue. We've got a broken off, that's just an ejector pin tab, so we'll leave that there. So here we have our wings. Now they are beautifully done. You can see on there we have some beautiful rivet detail along the edges to denote the aluminium strips that would have been fitted, but the actual fabric on there is beautiful. Look at that. Really nice, really nicely done. We've also got, I'm not sure if that's fabric detail or sink marks on the ailerons. They're made in one piece. I'm not sure if these are aluminium or whatever. There's some very, very slight sink marks in there, which won't be an issue. Be very easy to cure if you wanted to. Oh, that's our flaps and that's our ailerons there. No, that's our slats there. That's our leading edge slats, and that's our ailerons. I'm guessing, or are they the flaps, or are they the ailerons? I don't know. We'll see when we build it. You can see really strong mounting points there for the struts, so you're going to have a nice strong model. Very positive location as well, rather than just a pin or even just a, sometimes you just get a circle marked on there, won't you, and where to place it. But that's really good. So yeah, they're very nice indeed. They got that spar going across, and they've sensibly put that spar where there's a panel line, so if they do get any shrinkage from it, it won't show. But yeah, I'll have to do some research, but you can see on there it looks like we got a bit of shrinkage going on. But as I say, I mean, it's the underside anyway, I think, and it wouldn't take a master just to, I mean, you've got some raised rivet detail there, but to sort that would be quite easy. I think it probably looks worse than it is. It may even supposed to be there. Maybe it's a fabric or a thin skin that's supposed to be there. I'm not sure. And then here we have our final grey sprue. So we've got our tail planes here. Again, we've got raised detail on there. So we've got raised detail on the actual elevators, and recessed detail on the beautiful raised rivet detail on that fairing that's going over it's just sort of strapped on to improve the aerodynamics over the elevator. We've got raised rivet detail on there, very nice indeed. And then we've got these belly pads here, or these upper, now they must be belly areas surely. And then here we've got a rudder, again raised detail on there. And then here we've got, I think that's the internal panels for the leading edge slats. For some reason we've got 4 of them. I don't quite know why. But here we've got, maybe one of them is for the ailerons, if you have the ailerons out or something, or the flaps out. Here we've got the internal panel there, detail on the leading edge slats, and there's the, we'll have to look at the instructions again. I can't understand. Yeah, whatever. It'll all come clear in the end. And then here we've got the actual fuselage half itself. So we've got raised fitting detail on here. We've got engraved lines as well. These panels here are all removable. And then there you've got the belly with raised fittings detail. I think that's Zeus fasteners or whatever on there. But you've got the same. It's raised everywhere. It's really nice. Beautifully done. You can see on here how delicate all the panel lining is. None of your overscale stuff. There's the cover over the top of the nose. That's going to go there. And then, yeah, they're showing you internal detail in the instructions, but there's no actually internal detail. But we do have a load of ejector pin marks, so it may be worth just filling them just in case, especially if you want to start putting washes in there and stuff, because the washes will make them pop out like a sore thumb. Possibly do the belly panel as well, because I think you might be able to see that. Remember, this is going to be green, the rest of it's going to be pink. So there we go. So that's that sprue. Now this is the one I've been looking forward to. I remember seeing this at Telford when I was chatting to Dale, and I cannot believe how beautiful this clear sprue is. Look at that, guys. That is absolutely, utterly stunning. Now, I'd like to say there's a mask set available for this, but there isn't. I have no doubt whatsoever that ASK will be on this and have the first beautiful mask set, and if he does, well, when he does, I recommend it to everyone because his mask sets always fit beautifully. But it looks a lot more than it is, because remember, you've got these two pieces here. They are the open and closed rear canopy, and so are they. I'm not sure which is which now. We've got all sorts of different panels. So I mean, you obviously got one windscreen, but then you've got these panels here are for the roof. X25 and X24. I didn't see 26 and 27 in the instructions. I don't remember seeing 18 and 19 either. So yes, maybe this is the forward one, this is the rear one. I don't remember. But I've got inspection panels there. You can see how good this clear part is. You can see my fingerprint through there. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. You know, if you're going to build one of these and wait for the aftermarket, I'd certainly be looking at getting a Quintus Studio or Edward cockpit set or something, because it's going to really pay for it. I'm going to be building this straight away. I said I would, and I will build it straight away, and I will do it out of the box, and then I will probably do another one with all the toys, because I do love the Lysander. I've got the Revell one, which was the old Matchbox one, and I really don't want to build it because I can't replace it. But I got it for 55 quid on eBay. I couldn't believe it. It has no box. But it's obviously in a cardboard box. It's just not the proper box. But yeah. Well done, Airfix. You have done an absolutely stunning job there. I just want to show you how good these clear parts are. I mean, these flat parts, yeah, you put those underneath there. You can see, you know, lovely. No distortion. But these radius parts here, you would expect to see some distortion. But oh no. Look at that. Look how lovely that is. Absolutely stunning. So that's going straight back in its bag for fear of it getting damaged. So on the whole, absolutely awesome. I would like to say it's a 10 out of 10. But right here, right now, I'm going to say it's a 9.9 out of 10. Because I think we've got some shrink marks in those ailerons or whatever they are. Other than that, I couldn't see any shrink marks or anything anywhere. It's absolutely gorgeous. I just want to look at these canopy parts again. 16, 17, okay, 18 and 19 for the Mark 1, 16 and 17 for the Mark 3. So you've got 4 of the same part there. You're only going to use one of them. So when you look at that clear sprue, it's sort of a bit, you know, overwhelming with the masking and stuff. But you're only, like for that part there, you're only going to be doing a quarter of them. So, you know, it's not so bad after all. Anyway, so there we go. As I say, I'm going to be starting this straight away and getting some videos out there. And a lot of you have been telling me lately that you love the channel, you love to see my work, you love to see the way I do things. But lately I've only been working on and featuring kits that are sort of £200 plus. And a lot of you want to see the cheaper stuff. So yeah, very fair point, very well made, guys. So I think what I'm going to do is start to have a cheaper build on the go, because at the moment everything I've got on the go, we've got that Lancia which is 230, we've got the Porsche which is like 780, we've got the 1/16th the swap with Camel. I couldn't think of it for the World War I Wednesdays. There's the wing for it there. I don't know how much that kit is because it was given to me, but I know it's not going to be cheap. And basically, yeah, I mean, I need to get my ass back into that Stuka and get back on with that one. But I've got so much stuff and so little time. That's the trouble. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you will go and get yourself one of these because it is absolutely stunning. This could be, for me, Airfix's kit of the year. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I can't wait to get stuck into it and it's just a beautiful, beautiful size. It might make me get on with the 1/32 scale one, but I would like to see aftermarket, which nobody seems to have done. Wouldn't it be nice if someone like Tamiya or you know, one of the big manufacturers made a 32nd scale one, a nice detailed one, because the Revell kit is the old Matchbox, which is ancient and quite simple. But yeah, Airfix won't do 32nd, unfortunately, which is very sad. But never mind. Anyway, I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.